Today on Starfield Essentials, your weekly Starfield news report. Team Deathmatch System. Enter the Dreamlands. Visit the Underworld. Nvidia working with Bethesda on improving faces. 2 train sets, Chunks Delivery, and TIE Fighter. Awesome cosplay. Visual Compendium book arriving in September. Starfield Cookbook arriving within days. And Gargarin's pipes are real. All stories have chapter markers for easy navigation and links in the description for sourcing. My name is Richard. Let's get started. Team Deathmatch System. Would you like to stage massive combat games between competing teams of NPCs? About a year ago, I had fun creating massive battles using the NPC Danger Zone mod, as shown in my Turn Starfield into Combatfield video. Modder Hyper Astros League has taken this concept to the next level by releasing Team Deathmatch System. TDMS makes it possible to set up a combat game anywhere you can decorate. You set up markers where you want allies and enemies to spawn, and then build a controller to configure how the game will run. Team Deathmatch System is currently only available on Nexus Mods. I highly recommend watching the excellent tutorial video and following the instructions to the letter. For example, it seems like you should always set up the controller last. If you want to remove or move markers, I recommend deleting the controller, moving your markers, and building a new controller. I tried TDMS outside at an outpost. I also tried the system within the halves of an outpost. Both were really fun. I noticed that NPCs are not as aggressive as I would like them to be. When indoors, they will not necessarily hunt down enemies. They are more likely to point their weapons in each other's directions and hurl insults. Now go away or I shall taunt you a second time! I don't use mods like this for experience or loot, but you can gather quite a lot of legendary weaponry by playing these games. This is a pretty sophisticated mod, and because it is free, I think many people would enjoy trying it. Let me know what you think in a comment. Next, enter the Dreamlands. Modder G-Man 4386 released what seems to be a really neat creation. I bought it and have some very early impressions. The Dreamlands is available for 400 credits on Creations. This mod adds a new mechanic to Starfield. When your character sleeps, there is a chance that they will enter a new reality called the Dreamlands. You start this process by reading a book added to the character's room in the lodge, and sleeping in the room for at least an hour. Your character will suddenly find themselves in an alternate reality where things are literally upside down. Note, I tried running this creation alongside my regular Xbox for PC mod loadout, and it repeatedly crashed upon trying to sleep. I created a brand new character using my scripts and a reduced mod set. I had no problem after that. The mod description notes that it adds 10 new locations, 8 dream locations, and 2 old Earth locations that tie into a quest. By default, 4 dream locations are available to visit. If you complete these quests, tapping the grid, the devils you know, the empty nest, all that money can buy, you will unlock the other 4 dream locations. There are 5 new short quests, 2 new voice-acted NPCs, 4 new chems, 5 new weapons, and a heat leech companion. I think there is a lot to explore in this creation. It will take me a while to see all of it. Let me know if you try it and what you think of it. Next, visit the Underworld. In the last segment, we visited the Dreamlands. In this segment, we visit 2 new planets. In my last video, I talked about modder Go Array and their new Arc Central mod. Well, Go Array is back with 2 new locations to explore. Now, this is a family-friendly channel, and I want to avoid getting unwanted attention from YouTube. So you will hear me refer to one of these locations as Hades, rather than the name on the screen. The Hades-only version is currently available on Creations, while the Nexus Mod version also adds a sister planet named Heaven. These planets or moons are found in the new Tartarus system, which is at the extreme left side of the screen. It might be tough to spot, but it is there. I visited Hades first. It is an unforgiving place, similar to Venus. There are tons of tough creatures there. Heaven is more pleasant, but there are still challenges. As with the ring planet from last week, these 2 new planets offer a ridiculous amount of flora and fauna. Heaven has 95 fauna and 26 flora, while Hades has 131 fauna and no flora. I could probably spend several hours at each location just scanning all the wildlife. You will find a mix of regular POIs on both planets, or moons as the case may be. Now, when I was recording this, I remembered that I found some stuttering issues. I think it might be because of the amount of creatures that are packed into this area. As you can see, the stuttering happened for a few seconds and then cleared up, so it might simply have been loading all the creatures into the area. Once again, I'm less excited by what's on these planets, and more excited to see new planets at all. This is another great achievement, and I hope the trend continues. Great work, Go Array. Next, Nvidia working with Bethesda on improving faces. Starfield made an appearance at a recent Game Developers Conference 2025 session by Nvidia VP of Developer and Performance Technology, John Spitzer. I will link the full video in the description. The talk is titled Advances in RTX. Around the 37-minute mark, Mr. Spitzer shows a rendering of Andreja, courtesy of new Nvidia technology. As a Nvidia user, I'm happy to see this work in progress. Will we see it in the game? I don't think so, but I would glad to be wrong. It would make more sense for technology like this to appear in a new title, so perhaps this is testing for the Elder Scrolls 6. Let me know what you think in a comment. If you have any interest at all in game development and technology, I highly recommend this video. It discusses how Nvidia is working on tough problems and how AI is going to make a big impact in gaming. I know AI is the buzzword of the day, but Nvidia is clearly delivering some cool capabilities in their hardware and software. Next, 2 train sets, Chunks Delivery, and TIE Fighter. One of my favorite shipbuilders is back with a set of amazing builds. I asked what to call them because their name is, well, as you see it on the screen. They said I could call them Lil, which is what I will do from now on. First up, we have Thomas the Tank Engine Locomotive. This is just awesome. For me, it's the eyes on the ship that really give it personality. Look at that thing sitting there in New Atlantis. This is so good. Can you imagine seeing this? Okay, next, we have the Back to the Future 3 time travel train. And I think there's a couple of different variants of this ship. Again, so creative. Look at that thing. I love the back end of this thing too. I don't know what engines those are, but they look so good. Next, we have a variant of the Star Wars TIE Interceptor. And after watching the first 3 episodes of Season 2 on Andor, this ship is a timely addition to the Starfield universe. Look at that thing and check it out, firing its weapons. I don't know what they are, but it's awesome. And finally, getting back to the Starfield environment, we have this incredible Chunks Delivery Vessel. I feel like this should be canon. I love this thing flying through space. And just wait till you see it dock to a ship delivering those sweet chunks. Wonderful work on these ships, Lil. Next, awesome cosplay. Now we turn to even more creative work, except now we are in the physical world. Redditor Riker gave me permission to share this amazing cosplay uniform. He made the Shock Trooper suit for the Calgary Expo, an event happening this weekend. He described it as a combination of traditional fabric sewing, some warbler, some foam, some 3D prints, and a metric ton of hot glue, duct tape, and Velcro. I did not know what warbler was, so Riker told me it is a thermoplastic, which you heat up and shape and sculpt into something. Riker shared a photo of his character that he used as a model for the cosplay. Good luck at the Calgary Expo. I saw on the Reddit post that at least one other fan would be there, so I hope they meet and get pictures. Next, Visual Compendium book arriving in September. Speaking of pictures, Random House and Dark Horse will publish a new hardcover book with concept and development art from Starfield. All we know is in the book description. From the indomitable Bethesda Softworks comes the highly awaited art of the smash hit game, Starfield. Yes, that's right, it was a big hit. Forget what you read on Steam and our Starfield and all this other stuff. I've got a million videos talking about why. Anyway, unveil the wonders of the cosmos with this beautiful, now this says 368 page, but we'll see that that's probably not correct, hardcover exploring the vast galaxy waiting to be discovered. In the year 2330, humanity can be found far from Earth, within the expansive settled systems. Step into the universe of Starfield and reveal the inner workings of the galaxy's most powerful factions. Uncover galactic artifacts and explore thousands of extraordinary worlds. Now, the Dark Horse blog post, but not the Dark Horse book listing, says the book is actually 192 pages. I hope that is wrong, but 192 pages seems like a more realistic count. I plan to buy this book when it arrives, possibly from my local Barnes & Noble. I am a book nerd, and I insist on books like this being in perfect condition. Let me know if you plan to buy a copy. Next, Starfield Cookbook arriving within days. Thanks to viewer Ace D. Rob, I just learned there's also a Starfield Cookbook shipping within the next week. The description says, with recipes inspired by the in-game food from Neon to New Atlantis, like Midnight Delight, Stellar Kebabs, Canuck Treats, and more, this beautifully photographed culinary adventure brings the tastes of the Starfield universe right to your table. With straightforward instructions and clear guidance, these meals are perfect for chefs of all skill levels, whether or not gastronomy, scavenging, and dueling are among your 3 starter skills. This is a 192-page hardcover written by Cassandra Reeder and Jim Festante and published by Insight Editions. The list price is $34.99 US. There's also a Kindle edition for $15.99. I will probably buy this too, but not to follow the recipes. The fanciest meal I can prepare is a chicken salad. And finally, Gargarin's pipes are real! I watched a YouTube video by Any Austin. This was my first time watching his content. Apparently his niche is finding out the level of realism in video games, or at least that's what I saw. He asked, do Starfield's pipes make any sense? And I'll link to the video in the description. Surprisingly, he finds that a lot of the infrastructure on Gargarin does make sense, if one considers it a way to fuel spaceships. He proposes a theory of how different elements of such a system might work, and how those elements manifest in Starfield. He then checked his theories by talking with 2 Starfield developers, who confirmed them to varying degrees. I highly encourage you to watch this video. It demonstrates the level of attention to detail that the game developers paid to Starfield. I also want to support anyone making positive and honest Starfield content. Thank you, Eddie Austin. And thank you to all my subscribers. Please consider subscribing to show YouTube that you enjoy positive and honest Starfield content. Special thanks to all channel members. I hope you are enjoying our private Discord server. If you'd like to know more about membership, click the join button on the channel. There is no obligation. Anything you and YouTube gives me goes back to this channel, whether it's to buy hard drives for capturing footage or acquiring creations to review. What have you been doing in Starfield? Your insights make this channel a place for positive and honest discussion of the game. In addition to videos, I also post to the community tab for this channel on a daily basis. If you subscribe, you will see these posts in your YouTube feed. If you made it to this part of the video, please leave a comment with the phrase cookbook. Also, remember to ring the bell icon and select all notifications. Check out my other videos, and please tell your friends about the channel. My name is Richard. I will see you in the Starfield.